near Tribe, right on the outskirts of this one right now.
They spotted out the Tribe. Oh dear, that's a lot of damage found, but you've got to hit those shots. That spray was given to you on a silver platter. Luckily, the rest of his team's going to be a little bit more lucky. Tribe lose yet another. It's just Seagut left standing, has a nade cooking, trying to lob it on over, spots them out, might be able to get some damage. Huge nade! Oh, he gets two with the nade, and Seagut stays alive, able to flush both out, might even be able to res Sam. And now really low down, one player left standing for them. It's just Garcia. He's got that micro Uzi, trying to play close, spots one, spots two, chooses his targets, but will not be able to. We're going to be heading into the plane path relatively soon. Dave, what are you expecting here?
Yeah, I mean, for Kendi, John, like you said, your first time, usually, there's lots of snow around there. There's a place called Castle. People like to go there, cosplay, knights in armor, there's horses, there's a bunch of stuff. So, trust me, you need any help, just ask me. I'm here for you, John.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you very much. I'm glad I have my guides to take me through this one, as we're going to guide ourselves along the plane path as well, going on a westerly path. Trevno, a little bit difficult to get to early on the path, though, so you can swing out that wide. Places like Hot Springs, though, could be pretty tricky to make your way over to.
Yeah, and as we heard on the desk, Kalaris wants some crazy circles. Kalaris is ready for some crazy circles, and with circle number one, about, would you say, 60% water? Is that a fair assessment?
It's 100% fun, that's what it is, Dave, and we're going to be headed southwest. Crazy indeed. Dino Park is in it, my favorite ending zone. Dino Park is in the circle on Vikendi, so fingers crossed I'll be able to get my wish first time around as well, so we'll see how that pans out for me. But for now, all the team's going to loot on down and drop where they may. At the moment, Cloud9, the only team really central into this circle. They're going to be happy about that.
Yeah, and that was another one of your wishes, right? Another one of your wishes was for Cloud9 to get some really good placement points here. And with them being blessed like they are here with circle number one, like you mentioned, pretty much one of the only teams right smack in the middle. I wouldn't be surprised if they are able to loot up and pretty much, just pitch a tent, start making some s'mores out here, because their current position should be within the first 3 to 4 circles.
Lazarus, they're all the way up towards the north, just north of Zabava, and pretty close to the Pittsburgh Knights as well, so their rotation path's going to take them through those real strong teams. They got Omen Elite in their way as well. I'm expecting teams to loot pretty quickly here and look for the vehicles early on. You can see Team K, so they've already headed all the way out to Trevno. Jeez.
Yeah, it's all about the Zimas. It's all about the Zimas. You get into a Zima, that thing just zips around, and you're all over the place. The thing is, though, like Hot Jukes mentioned, there's so many buildings that teams could be hiding in that we tend to see a lot of players get picked on their rotation. So a squad like Team Queso, like you mentioned, the furthest away from circle number one, they're going to have a challenging path moving forward.
It will be a challenge. The river not providing too much of a barrier to a lot of these teams down in the south, but no one really down, as I said, to Hot Springs. It was a little bit far away from the plane path, and especially given this next circle, Dave, it's pretty tricky to invest that time there and allow all the other teams to get ahead of you.
Yeah, like you said, you want to get your loot real quick. You want to get into your vehicles and just pretty much try to beat out these other squads when it comes to finding a nice little compound with only about 40% of Circle 1, over the land. We might see Team Queso, actually, they're a team that likes to use the boat strategy, so depending on how they feel, we might actually see them use a boat here. We've seen it before from them, especially on Sandhawk, but we saw a couple of these players picking up that Bison, the 6th time, I believe it was Wild Card, and the script's kind of starting that meta, and then after that, just every single game here on Vikendi, you see the Bison, because the 9mm ammo, like Jukes always mentions, it's everywhere. So it's an easy weapon to use because you'll never run out of ammo.
That high-capacity magazine as well does wonders in a close-range fight, especially if you're getting pushed on by multiple players from a team. speaking of players, and multiple of them, they're all heading down towards Mavatra, just to the south side. Already four teams gathered. Omen Elite bearing down on it as well. This is what we were talking about on the desk, and what they were saying there was everybody likes to get central early, get those central positions, and then just not move for the rest of the game. That's the idea here for a lot of these squads.
That's the idea. You know, it never works out for me personally on Vikendi, because I just can't sit still. I can't sit still. I'm always in the vehicles, you know, driving around, honking my horns. But these players, they got it down packed. Over here, though, Garcia trying to take some shots over there on Team Carreta.
Just a little bit of scouting going on right now. So now they know there's players in that compound. Maybe they don't want to head that far in. They are already in the zone, so having this set of buildings is going to be pretty strong for them. They'll be able to post up and see what more they can find.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. But like you mentioned, Omen already going to be on their rotate as well. These squads, once when they find this location, once when they hunker down, once when they park their vehicles to make sure that their tires are safe, they need to make sure that they're able to have some sight lines so that they can spray down the enemies to make sure that they don't get crashed on.
Difficult to hold off on every angle, but when you're posted up with so many different teams around you as well, everybody's going to be looking for those rotations and spraying them down straight away. Mizexis, they get spotted out on the southeastern side, just to the east of Milner. They are going to get a res off, but XQ Gaming know exactly where they are. They have got the bead on them near those windmills.
Yeah, and when it comes to just looking at overall stats from the teams, the players, Vikendi in particular, we see all the way up there at the top, we got 3 members from Tribe when it comes to putting in the work, when it comes to getting damage, when it comes to getting kills. You got Seagood up there, currently leading the pack here on Vikendi, and then beneath them, a couple members from XQ. So Tribe, XQ Gaming, 2 major squads here that in the past history, they do well. They do well in Vikendi. They get a lot of points, so we're going to keep our eye on them. XQ right now, taking them shots onto Mezix.
A few central kills going through as well. Cloud9 lost a player in the fray, but Mezix says that's a long-range micro Uzi. Okay, fair enough. He's managed to extend the barrel on that one somehow, I think, but he will get the knock nonetheless. Starlight will get picked up, but Med's absorbed and forced out for it.
Yeah, and the thing is, with these knocks, right, you probably won't get the thirst. That's just a given. But you are taking out utility. And when it comes to, say, circle 3 or 4, these teams are going to need to make a rotate, and they're going to need to make it fast. Not having a helmet could play disaster for those teams. So every single knock counts.
Absolutely, and moving forwards, they'll be all too aware of that in the close-range combat that you'll find yourself in here in Vikendi in those compounds. It's sometimes quite disastrous. The blue zone has started to move in, and with it, all of the rest of the teams who were outside playing that edge. Team Queso, they've gone for a full lap of the island. I mean, they landed over near Port and Zabava. They went to Trevno, and now they're all the way down to Hot Springs, moving south of the winery. So they're really doing the coastal lap here, Dave.
Yeah, they're going sightseeing. You know, they're going sightseeing. They're enjoying every single moment of it. We see here, Grunto, Sixless, going to be bleeding on out. This is the second game in the row where Sixless was the first member from Grunto to be knocked out. We see a couple smokes over here in their direction, but by the way that the other squad mates of Grunto are posturing, the revive on Sixless is just not able to be coming on out here. And there we go. Sixless will be killed in action. Looks like Cloud9, 2 kills so far.
Managed to pick up something, and they have got a very central position like we talked about before, Dave, so it's a good start for them. Even though they are down a player, they don't have to push in anymore, so they'll be okay for now. A lot of early casualties going on. I mean, with under 10 minutes, and already we've lost about 6 players into this lobby.
Yeah, I would have to say 60% water. 60% water had to have been that deciding factor. So it's a good change-up, because usually when it comes to Vikendi, it's the slowest map. You know, the first 4 circles, the first 20 minutes of the game, it could be just, you know, the John Allen and Mustache Day podcast, but that's not the case here.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate for our audience, obviously, but we are going to have to talk about what's actually going on rather than just opining end on end.
Unfortunate. I mean, F's in the chat right now. F's in the chat. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow you'll be lucky. Make sure you tune back in. But yeah, looks like the majority of the teams are going to be within circle number 1. Loops still on the outskirts. They might stumble across the 3 members of Lazarus, also kind of playing that edge. But for the time being, a nice little aerial view of Team Carreta, Homer Elite. We got Mizex right in front of us, mid still, trying to remain alive right now. Tough call, because when it comes to Mizex Esports, they got a 2-2 split going on right now. We saw there just a minute ago, mid's gonna be right smack in the middle. Meanwhile, to the south of that, Darius and Miraz. So they're kind of trying to hedge their bets on exactly where this next circle will go.
Most everyone in the circle now. It's actually just Loops who haven't pushed in. They are just out to the east, but of course first zone is nothing really too much to worry about. They have Lazarus ahead of them, who are playing with 3 players currently. Next zone is about to pop. Will it head further inland, or is it just going to stay on the edge? This is what we talk about with Vikendi. Okay, there's the pop. It's pretty much got everybody in it already, so no extra rotations really have to come through that early. You might see people on the south push up, but on Vikendi, having those central compounds, this is why you want them, because you're more than likely just going to be in that next zone.
Yeah, and especially if you are Team Carreta, I believe that's the squad that Hot Juke said would have a heal off here, and if not, he's going to shave his mustache, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully, if you are them, this is really good. You're going to be right smack in the middle. You still got Cloud9 out there on the coast. You got Alpha 7 on the coast. Grunto, they're 3 members. So a lot of teams, right smack on top of one another. It's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be a bloodbath in circles 5 and 6.
Have to see if those rotations get caught as well, because that's really what it's all about. The teams who have to leave those compounds, if they can find a way through the mass of players in front of them, then they can have a little bit of safety. But that is so much easier said than done.
Looks like Tribe there. We saw on the mini-map. Looks like Tribe. They're doing some scouting. They might have received some fire from XQ Gaming, and you saw right away, quickly making that U-turn like, nah, we are not going there. So Tribe's still going to be within their vehicles, and with so many players all on top of one another, and you mentioned it, rotations are so important. You want to make sure, instead of just straight up sending it to that spot that you want to go, you creep and crawl. You take the time to get out, you do some scouting. If it's clear, then you move up a little more. You get out once again, do some scouting. You can't afford right now 16 teams all together. I mean, we're 11 minutes into the match almost. You can't afford to just send it, because every single compound right now, you have to assume is going to be occupied.
Absolutely. Dino Park still in on the eastern side of the circle. It would require a couple of hard shifts to get there, but I'm still hoping, still holding out for it. We'll see if that's the way it goes. But for now, all of the teams starting to bunker down. And this is where the John and Dave podcast comes alive, right? This is where all of these teams don't really need to move too far, and we're not going to see too much combat probably for the next 5 to 10 minutes.
I mean, you got your tea and biscuits. I got my coffee and bananas, so I'm good to go. Welcome on in, everybody, to the John and Dave podcast. This is a beautiful day here on Vikendi. John, 100% hoping that we get a Dino Park ending. I don't know if I see that. But then again, it would be pretty exciting.
Do you have a favorite dinosaur, Dave?
Daddy Longlegs.
That's definitely a dinosaur.
No, that's a spider. Daddy Long Neck. What's the name of it? I haven't watched...
the Brachiosaurus.
The Brachiosaurus, yeah. Put a little party hat on that dude. He's good to go.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to vibe with that. That's a solid choice.
You seem like a T-Rex guy. I'm just going to put that out.
Do you think?
I know so.
I don't think I have T-Rex energy. I'm going to be...
A Megadon.
Okay, there we go. All right. Now I'm up to date with that. That's good.
Okay. Am I right?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Apples to oranges here, John. Apples to oranges. So we are going to see where this next circle goes. There's a shift. Just a little up there to the north. But like we said in the last zone, almost every single team is going to be good to go. They're wrapped up. They're ready to go. XQ, though, that's another story.
They are all the way down on the south, and they've got a lot to fight through. So this is where I was talking about earlier, right? If they get forced out, they have to have that scouted information. And this is something you highlighted as well, Dave, is that if you don't have that scout, you just have to go for a hard crash, and that's going to be real difficult. You can see already, seems like exactly what's going on here. Crimreal Betis will have the number on XQ if they can catch that.
Yeah, and we already see Cloud9, a couple of them already in their vehicles. XQ still in their vehicles, like you mentioned. They're going to be right on the southern tip. AZ is going to be safe, but really not a lot of options. Not a lot of options. AZ is going to be blowing up this Zima for additional cover. You see AZ kind of going back and forth, might be making a call. Hey, should we go for a swim? Honestly, I know it's cold out, but going for a swim right now, you have to assume that you can at least avoid all the mayhem right here that we're overlooking.
And you've got to remember, Compound's not the only hard cover. The rock formations that they have as well on the coastline here on Vikendi can provide you a really strong platform, especially with the circle so heavily towards the water. Ooh, Queso. Marco gets away by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah, if I'm Marco, I might have vaulted in the window here before, you know, hitting the tiles here to heal up, but it does seem like it worked out. And here it comes, Dino Park. We got Loops, we got Omen Elite trying to fight to see who can ride the Dino Coaster first.
They're going to be running around, lobbing in nades, popping the utility in. You've got Lazarus as well on a little bit of an overlook, so they might be able to spot it out. I think that is them chiming in onto Juicy. He has to fall into the ticket booth and get some healing done. Painkillers, 3 first aids, but looks like he is going to just opt to go for the stims instead. Able to take that fight later on.
Yeah, looks like Angry might have cut somebody. Angry not purchasing the fast pass here. So that is going to leave Omen with only 3 up here. Looks like Loops are going to be working together to clear out all these buildings. Now, this is going to be within the circle, so there's not a real rush here to make sure to get the fight. They can kind of pump the brakes a little bit. They can kind of assess the scene. But like you mentioned, Lazarus on the northern end of this, trying to third party this.
Oh, just getting pinged on out multiple times there. They know he's in this little cabin, has to drop the smoke to get out, so if he's able to push up, and they are going to go and push up actually as well. They're fighting not towards or away from the circle, they're fighting across right now, which means both of these teams are going to have to move sideways towards Lazarus on the next shift when it comes through.
Being right near that gas can, I'm getting so stressed right now. This is not somewhere I would be prone behind taking cover. So we'll see. Next zone is about to pop here. Will Dino Park still be favored? Can Omen, can Loop still kind of play that one out over there? And we get the shift. It goes a little over there to the west. So, hey, Omen, Loops, who's moving first? Who's going to be the victor over there in Dino Park?
Who's going to be able to get that done? XQ, you said they might go for a swim, and look at that. AZ already out in the bay. Will be pushing in the lead. Got his scuba gear on. Hopefully he's able to stay warm for the time being. But the rest of his team not so lucky. They are caught out in the blue. Team Queso guarding that edge pretty heftily there, but now we tune back in with the fight to push into the zone. Loops and Omen Elite.
Yeah, and Lazarus, they already pushed into the actual zone, so that's not going to be a real worry right now for this fight. So it is going to be a straight-up 4v3. It looks like Telly will be spotting out at least one member from Loops. Looks like Loops, they're going to actually opt to get in a vehicle, a Zima, and maybe just avoid this fight altogether.
Just going to send on out and get some ground gained later on. Of course, remember, Vikendi, stay central. Try and get there early. If you're fighting on the edge, it's going to be really hard for you. So maybe moving earlier is exactly the right call. We'll see if it pays off for them.
Stay central, stay safe. I believe that's... What the... Oh, no, the BM. You didn't get the revive because you wanted the loot. We know. We saw it. We witnessed it. We know what happened there. Crime scene closed.
Absolutely. Detective Dave, you can't fool him. Nothing gets past that mustache.
Hey, I mean, when you immediately go for the crate to get that loot, it's just a little too suspicious. So, yeah, nothing gets past the CGI mustache because, remember, I had to shave it yesterday. But looking on over here, we got Loops making the push on in. Remember, they avoided the fight in Dino Park. They're going to be right near Tribe, right on the outskirts of this one right now.
They spotted out the Tribe. Oh, dear. That's a lot of damage found, but you've got to hit those shots. That spray was given to you on a silver platter. Luckily, the rest of his team's going to be a little bit more lucky. Tribe lose yet another. It's just Seagut left standing, has a nade cooking, trying to lob it on over, spots them out, might be able to get some damage. Huge nade! Oh, he gets 2 with the nade, and Seagut stays alive, able to flush both out, might even be able to res Sam. A huge turnaround for Tribe.
Exactly what they needed right there. For a second, I was starting to think like I am just a bad luck charm for Tribe, because every time I'm in here, they aren't performing like they have been in the past couple matches. Looks like the revive was successful, but here comes Loops with the third party.
As well as the circle moving all the way to the north, they're going to have to get a shifty on. They're going to have to move a little bit fast here. And I think Loops know it. They don't want to stick around. And actually, Enshame, they lose yet another. A disastrous turn of events for them. They're now really low down. One player left standing for them. It's just Garcia. He's got that micro Uzi, trying to play close. Spots one, spots two. Chooses his targets, but will not be able to land it. That's going to be the elimination going over to Enshame. They go down his 16th.
Yeah, Loops, they got the, what Hot Juice likes to call it, the Bob Barker out here, and it's going to be suppressed. I made a Twitter poll the other day asking people, hey, MK14 over M249. Hands down, the MK14 winning that poll, and Loops, they will be collecting one of those. And after that win, after that engagement right there, the flush, they're going to have two vehicles. They are ready to send it on into the zone, but before they do so, they're going to be doing a little bit of scouting, maybe even getting a couple more points underneath their belt.
Tribe managed to make it out of the fight in all the confusion, have sent themselves all the way to the western edges of Mavatra, so a really nice rotation coming out from them, and they'll stay alive for a little bit longer. In the center as well, we've got Alpha 7 taking a little bit of a fight, a little bit of a scruffle. And they are going to lose out a little bit towards Grunto. Bran wants to jump out this window here. Abdul gets knocked on the sideline. They clear it out, and they might be sixless, but they're going to be able to get those kills nonetheless. Loop's going for another fight. Omen Elites. They're going to get knocked out, and Loop's just rattling in.
Hey, there ain't nothing you can do against that Bob Barker. There ain't nothing you can do. And Loops, they straight up YOLO send it and crash it. They made the breach. A couple grenades were tossed out beforehand, but Omen wiped clean right there from Loops. Loops are on a steamroller right now.
Ramcareta Furacao as well, pretty close to Tribe at this stage, and they're going to have to move out to the west as the next circle pops all the way to the coastline. XQ still with a shout into it. You can see AZ and HCL as well out in the cold frozen water, but they'll be all right for now. They will stay into the zone, and they might actually have a decent chance of surviving a lot longer here.
Yeah, I think two of the members from XQ Gaming actually froze like an icicle in that water. We saw them. They got taken out by the zone. Grunto winning a huge engagement right there. They are going to have a nice, safe, comfortable, warm spot in this zone. But the majority of the remainder of the lobby is going to be out there fighting their way on in from the west.
Have to try and regain some momentum for teams like Tribe. They're down to 2 players, so those rotations are going to be even harder. No scouting really available. Loops, you know, they've been a bulldozer, but oh, hang on a minute. Looks like Cream Real Betis have spotted one out, just getting a knock for now, and not going to be too. Oh dear, they close the door on their teammate and they sign his death warrant.
Yeah, I guess, you know, something might have happened earlier, might have pissed them off. They said, nah, you're not coming in here. But they should be able to get that other revive. So having 3 up at this point in the game, I mean, they're still 13 up. And it looks like Cream looking to get a little aggressive on this one. Remember, this fight is not in the next circle.
Look at that, Adder with 702 damage dealt for Cloud9. Real strong performance coming in for them. That's an unfortunate crash into the fence there for Loops. And it's actually going to be Carino getting knocked. Behind the Dacia he goes, and they are going to feel the pain for that one. Somehow they've just completely fallen over here after what looked to be a really strong position. Grunto get eliminated out on the western side.
Yeah, Med's so strong right here. That last remaining member from Loops had about 7 first aid kits, and they should be able to loot those crates and maybe remain undetected right now, as it does seem like Cream now making that push on into the new zone.
Being pushed in towards the west. With Loops going down, Cloud9 now don't have that super strong bulldozer force to worry about out to their east. Pyra has been knocked, and they will be able to get the res, but remember, Adder, he already had so much damage under his belt as both Tribe and Cream Real Betis mount up. Mazixis get eliminated on the south side as well, so now it's just a single direction, and Cream gets spotted out. Down to 1 for them. Tribe have managed to make their way through in the meantime, before they're on the northern flank and trying to vie with Pittsburgh Knights.
Yeah, you got the Knights there. They're just chilling. They're chilling right now. We see Tribe attempting to get on into this next circle. They did so, but right in front of them, we got Molly's coming out from Cloud9.
Try to zone them away. I think they know what's up here. They're right next to each other, playing on the hillside. Beowulf, you've got to get out of that fire. Very, very low. We'll be able to heal on up. Using the med kit, so we'll go all the way up to 100 health. Not dropping any stims just yet, but Ada gets knocked on the sidelines. Not quite flush, and actually has the smoke pre-bloomed, so they can get this res off.
Ada knocked maybe 2 or 3 times in the same spot, but they had these nice little rocks to work with. They actually still have a Dacia kind of blocking the sightlines out there from Team K, so just in case they had some sightlines. And Pyra, John, you 100% gifted Pyra that crate right there. Tell us the truth.
Oh, absolutely. Like every time, you just say, hey, Pyra. You're the one who survives all the way into the late circles. You're going to have the most success with that. Let's see what you can do. See what you can bring to the table. We'll see what they get from it, what they're able to have there. That's Loops actually getting eliminated there out in the blue. Down in 8, but they had decent kill scores. They've done it before, and they'll be able to pick that one up. Team Queso, though, they are able to take some frags against the Pittsburgh Knights, and nades are starting to go through. We go to Vihar for the final circles, and actually it's Cloud9. Ada finally getting flushed out in the meantime. XQ lose a player. I think that might be them very, very low. Only one player left for them, HCL.
HCL, yep, definitely trying to continue to survive. We'll be right smack in the middle between B4, between the Knights and Team Queso. Looks like the Knights, though, they have a compound. They have this hard cover here right on the northeast, but right behind them, Tribe. Remember, there's still a duo of Tribe. They're trying to breach their way on into this new zone. Even's gonna be spotted.
They managed to get a knock onto J7, but they trade it onto Sam. They are going to flush that one out as well as Bayo goes down in the midst of that compound fight. Still one player for Tribe on the outskirts. It's Semoga. We know how strong he can be in these close-range engagements. We'll see if he's able to do more. The blue zone really heavily ticking him right now. Has got the first aid. Going to go for that heal as well. He's trying to out-heal it. Doesn't have far to go for the zone. He might just be able to make a break for it, but it's going to be really down to the wire. We'll see if he's able to get through. Pittsburgh Knights just picking up their teammates. Everyone on the western side going to be happy as the circle goes southwest.
Oh, here comes Seagut with that Uzi, going for that jump spray, attempting to get a couple points. The play zone actually going to be taken out. Seagut right there, denying the points over there to the Knights. The Knights with the reset right now. And now B4 making the push onto Team Queso, and they're on fire.
Oh dear, Team Solid are there as well to try and hold things down. It's so many teams packed so tightly. This is what you love to see on Vikendi. This is what you come here for. And over in the warehouses of Vihar, everybody trying to take their ground. Solid are eliminated. Queso with a huge nade, able to do so much work, and they just rack up those kills. Beautiful stuff. 5 kills for them, 3 alive.
Yeah, in these warehouses, you can see they got those sky lights right on top of the roofs. Don't be mistaken. Players can easily toss in some mollies and some grenades right on top of you. So a lot of these players, they like the tunnel vision on the doors, but they also need to make sure nothing is falling from the ceiling.
Pretty tricky to keep your eyes out and your wits about you. B4, they have that central warehouse, and they've got a lot of control here with all of their players left standing. Pittsburgh Knights, they have 4 as well, but they're out in the cold. XQ eliminated on the northern side. They will go down in 5th. A really good turn up for them considering where they were earlier in the map. But they are going to be able to rack up those placement points.
And talk about placement points. Pyra out there just healing on up, trying to get as many points as possible for Cloud9. Oh, some more shots ringing on out.
Pittsburgh Knights taking heavy casualties. 1 player left standing. They have to try and get the res off. But instead of that, B4, they have other ideas. They're able to flush 1, and that is going to be it. They're able to take them down. The Pittsburgh Knights eliminated, and we're down to 2 teams. It's Queso versus B4.
4 up for B4 right now. 3 up for Team Queso. 6 kills on Team Queso. Ayala going to be peeking with that M4. Take some shots. Knocked down so low, but still alive.
It's Gonna stay alive for now, as you say, Dave, but at what cost? The meds need to come through, and that's gonna really hamper their aggression. B4, though, they're not to be stopped. They want to send in. They're going fully aggressive here. All four trying to play the aggressive angles, trying to use that numbers advantage. Ayala looking for that third-person advantage, going out to the side, and B4 falter just a little bit. But in the meantime, Team Queso, they regain that baseline.
Yeah, Ayala tossing those mollies right there to stop the push. It was so clutch right there. Ayala able to heal on up as well. Ayala will be holding that left side. And now the circle continuing to shrink on in. B4 looks to be in the advantage here of the center. Here comes the push.
They have to make it to this circle. They might even try to go for the heel off Queso and B4. Ayala up close with the Microzy. Spots one going out wide, spots another as well. They have control of the inside for now. Ayala not quite able to get the knock, and they need to try and push to finish out these kills. B4 down to 3. They're going to go the way of... Oh, hang on a minute. Was that Team Queso?
Whoa,
Take it.
what?